20 jaar nadat ik ze voor het eerst filmde, toerend door Europa in een klein busje, ben ik terug bij de Red Hot Chili Peppers. Soms kan ik er nog steeds niet bij hoe groot en beroemd ze geworden zijn. Voor jongeren van nu over de hele wereld zijn ze, vermoed ik, net zoiets als wat de Rolling Stones voor mij waren. Het Red Hot Chili Peppers Circus is neergestreken in het Nijmeegse Goffertpark. Voor een eenmalig concert dat al maanden is uitverkocht. Langs de rijen met vrachtwagens en tussen de overal aanwezige beveiligingsmensen door loop ik naar het heilige der heiligen. Het zwaar bewaakte terreintje achter het podium waar alleen bandleden en hun genodigden mogen komen. Hier mag niet gefilmd worden, behalve in het hok waar we zitten, dat zich naast de meditatieruimte van de band bevindt. Officieel doet de band geen interviews, maar voor ons is een uitzondering gemaakt. En gespannen wachten we op de komst van Flea, de bassist van de band.
Hello, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, man.
How's everything?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we sit down on the chairs?
Yeah, let's do that, unless you have another idea.
We can stand on our heads.
No
If you want to
headstand.
just do a headstand the whole time, and probably in historically, it'd probably be more impressive of me doing a headstand the whole time than me talking. Because I'm just going to talk about opinions. What's an opinion? Opinion's nothing.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I know so.
Maar de Peppers heb ik dus een aantal jaren van zeer dichtbij meegemaakt. Tussen 1987 en 1994 maakte ik zo'n 8 films en reportages over ze. Ik voelde me een beetje de huisfilmer van de band en kon ze meestal gewoon bellen als ik vond dat er weer gefilmd moest worden.
Hi!
Ik filmde de seks.
Little cock and balls for you, perhaps?
Nou ja, seks. De worsteling met de drugs.
And I almost died and my best friend did die from it. So obviously I'm very anti-heroin, anti-cocaine and anti-narcotics in general.
De rock'n'roll. De eerste huizen met zwembad.
Look at soul. So yeah, naked girls running around partying. Yeah!
De haast kinderlijke lol. De hits.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that.
Maar ook de verloedering. Gitarist John Frusciante, die als gevolg van een heroïneverslaving op het randje van de dood balanceerde. Maar het begon dus allemaal met die eerste Europese tour, 20 jaar geleden. Toen konden we nog gewoon de kleedkamer in en uitlopen met de camera. Het was de laatste tour waarin de fameuze sokkenact werd gedaan. Stevast tijdens de opgemetalfunkte versie van Fire van Jimi Hendrix. Want dat waren ze in de tijd. De ongekroonde koningen van de metalfunk, zoals het toen heette.
Metal, rock, rap, whatever you want to call it. The live bands trying to play funk. You know, bass players stomping and singers jumping around trying to be Anthony and, you know, the whole thing. And, you know, we started the whole thing.
Dit zijn trouwens nog niet eerder uitgezonden opnamen voor de film die ik over hun eerste Europese tournee maakte. Ik wilde eigenlijk gewoon een portret maken van een leuke jonge band en van het leven on the road. En koos met redelijk gelukkige hand voor de Red Hot Chili Peppers. Hoewel ik wel vond dat ze potentie hadden, kon ik natuurlijk onmogelijk vermoeden dat deze Hollywood kids het nog eens tot populairste rockband van de wereld zouden schoppen. Maar dat zijn ze nu wel.
Well, we went on a private G4 plane to arrive in Holland.
Oh, is
and
that
we
so?
helicoptered into the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Per privéjet reizen ze dus tegenwoordig van uitverkocht stadion naar uitverkocht stadion. Hun cd Stadium Arcadium was het best verkochte rockalbum van 2006 en werd ook nog eens overladen met Grammys. Wat mij betreft trouwens terecht. De Chili Peppers zijn 4 rasmuzikanten die het plezier van het muziek maken nooit uit het oog hebben verloren. Een ongelooflijk ingespeelde en strakke band bovendien. As tight as an ant's ass, heeft Flea eens gezegd. Die grosseert in geweldige popsongs. Deze film is het Red Hot Chili Peppers verhaal zoals ik het heb meegemaakt. Het wonderbaarlijke verhaal van de band die verschillende keren op sterven na dood was, maar waarvan de bandleden steeds weer opkrabbelden om uiteindelijk de absolute top te bereiken. Het verhaal begint in Zwitserland in 1988. We reizen een week mee met de Peppers en brengen menig uurtje met ze door in een oude Engelse bus. In de band naast voorman Anthony en bassist Flea, toen nog drummer Jack Irons en gitarist Hillel Slovak.
Part of our concert that we played last night in Zurich. It was broadcast over the live radio, and it was really something. I'm proud.
So, how's the tour going so far?
Well, it's going pretty good, except right now we're stuck on the side of the road in Switzerland because the emergency's not working and the guy that's driving called up somebody to come help us. So now we're just sitting here.
How was Germany? You've been...
Germany was wunderbar, you know what I mean?
But how did you go down musically? How were the...
Musically speaking, I'd say we go down in history.
Really?
Every show was sold out.
As far as Germany concerned, we're the best band in the world. Germany, you know, they told us when we left that we were the best band that they'd ever seen live. So we believed them.
I am here today to talk about the uplift mobile party plan. It is a plan based on a band, with a band based on a plan. There should be no slaves to Randerlands. At the Hollywood jail.
In een hotel in Zwitserland laat ik ze een tape zien met beelden van een paar van hun idolen, zoals Bootsy Collins.
Right. One more time.
Long live the bass!
What an influence on me, man.
Really, yeah.
I mean, it's funny because we were just joking about earlier how we're going to sit around and be corny and go, what an influence he is! And the same concept of the shoot. But that's like, what he just did right there is like, you know, I mean, I didn't even realize it. I realized it so much more, like right at this very second, how much I like copy that shit all the time. You know? I mean, it's like that whole feel of bass playing, you know. Yeah. There's no one, Bootsy's the only one that ever did it. You know, he's the only one that ever will. You know?
Down the mountain, which you go? Riding through my horses, which you go? Coming around the mountain, which you go? Get out on the dance floor, which you go?
Get out on the dance floor.
Because you like it.
Oh, God. Don will smoke it on drums.
Riding through my horses, which you go? Coming around the mountain, which you go? Riding through my horses, which you go? Because you like it.
George is just like the baddest motherfucker, man. He's just, it's like his whole concept of music. For one thing, he's like totally into the cartoon thing, you know, and it comes out, and it's like the way that he combined hard rock music with funk. Like, I mean, that thing we were just listening to, Coming Around the Mountains, you know, Coming Around the Mountain, like the groove on that is just like it's like what Aerosmith like wished they could do, like maybe one day. It sounds like it's like a hard rock funk groove, man. And I just feel very akin to it as well, because it's like they're not paying attention to anything except themselves. They're not paying attention to anything except their funk. They're not. I mean, it's obvious that shit didn't get radio play. Give me a break. No one played that on the radio. That's the deepest stuff, and I think that's why it's the same kind of thing we fall into. Because we play shit that's too funked out to get on white radio and too rocked out to get on black radio, and that's the same thing with that.
So when you played in Fear,
yeah,
what was the difference between playing in Fear and with a band like?
Well, playing with Fear had all the energy that the Chili Peppers had, but it was punk rock. When I was playing with Fear, I was going like this most of the time. Playing the Peppers, it's more like a I know what's right. I know what's right. It's got all the same energy, but it's just a whole different feel.
When you go on stage, do you become a different person? I mean, does something actually change?
No, I don't change personally. I just try to really, it's my time to give everything that I have. When I'm not on stage, I can relax. I don't have to do anything for anybody. But when I'm on stage, it's my responsibility to summon up all the energy that I have to rock out.
I shit my pants today. I farted, and I shit my pants for the first time since I was like 3 years old.
I'm so funny. After he shit his pants,
They don't have a quick education for that?
Well, it was a grand show, and the show's over. This is what happens after a show.
Tu enregistres un peu toi en ce moment? Hein? Ouais? Alors?
The music to me is heavily related to sex. Not always, but in many different fashions, especially in funk. When you create rhythm with the bass and drums, it sounds like your heart pounding when you're having sex, or like the skin slapping. Or there's all kinds of different things. We have a song called Sex Rap, and it's exactly how music relates sound to sex.
How's it go?
It goes like this. It goes, a time to swing a little melody to make y'all feel something sexually. And now we're going to get it on in the groove that makes those smooth hips move. We are funking that driving bad rhythm to make those pretty little pussy lips kiss them. Kiss them, kiss them, kiss them. In the mind, this was designed to make you feel fine, sucking on mine in a 69. I'm inclined to funk your brains out. Make a moan, make a groan, and make a shout. Push it on in and pull it on out. Pump that labia until it pouts. We'll open up your legs to the sensual sound with the booty busting beat on your pretty wet mound. I can smell you nookie like a horny bloodhound. Feel the bass, hump the ground as you drop into your knees and come on bound. But now you make your mouth and get on down. And it goes on and on. How music and sound relates to sex.
Let's say some of the silly stuff that the band and you do. What does it stand for?
It stands for spontaneity. It stands for like the way we feel at that time, spontaneity.
Yeah.
it's I think like on tour, a lot of like the like ridiculous anarchistic stuff that we do is just a release, because on tour is a very good place to you build up a lot of strange energies, and they're usually good strange energies. But sometimes they're like kind of mysterious strange energies. So you know that's one way I think that we all four of us just, you know what I mean?
In een tv-studio in Brussel moet de band een playback doen van hun nieuwe single Fight Like a Brave.
Thank you, that was exhilarating. If you film the rehearsal and then you film the actual filming, it'll be a really nice contrast.
Yeah, let it be known for you guys' sake.
For those going to be
for the run-throughs, it's real straight. For the action film, it's completely different.
10 seconds, attention.
There's a concert poster of yours in a record shop in Antwerp, and it has.
Shut up! Don't you dare!
It has the concert poster, and next to that several types and of socks, and it has the big letters on it, dressing room.
Wearing socks on our cocks and balls.
Yeah.
Trying to promote our band.
Yeah.
Putting posters up so people know that we exist.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's bananas. That's bananas.
At the beginning, there were a lot of misunderstandings about the band. People thought you were black, for instance.
Well, that's a ridiculous notion.
Okay, thank you.
How black are the Chili Peppers?
How black are we?
Yeah.
I've got the darkest penis in the band, but aside from that, we're all Caucasian individuals. But that has no bearing on our music, so it's rather irrelevant.
What he's really trying to say is that the Beastie Boys are our heroes, and we just try to copy them exactly as best as we can.
And that's not going so well.
In other words, he tries to play his guitar exactly like they program their computers in their drum machines. And
what he's trying to say is.
Last night I slept with Flea, and in the middle of the night I found him holding my hand.
Really?
Seriously.
Ah, that's nice.
Didn't bother me, but you know. There he is right there.
The night before, when Chris and I were in the skinny beds together, in the middle of the night, Chris Grayson sort of rolled over and had his hand there. And he started going like this. I go, oh man, I hate your girlfriend, bro. And he
So Grayson did that to me once in the freaking
That's right.
Wat ik tijdens het filmen niet weet, is dat Anthony en Hillel het op deze tour behoorlijk druk hebben met hun drugsverslaving. Anthony beschrijft het later allemaal uitgebreid in zijn boek Scar Tissue. Bassist Flea lijkt in die beginjaren nog het meest toegewijde bandlid. Op een avond in een hotel praat hij openhartig over de zorgen die hij heeft over de toekomst van de band. Vanaf dit moment is Flea degene met wie ik het meest contact heb.
Now that, especially, we got to getting to the 5-year point, we definitely have to grow, because we've been doing it for so long. We've changed and grown, and I think, especially on our last album, I thought we made a big jump, but just to keep ourselves interested, and to keep ourselves happy, not burn out, not become, jaded about it, we definitely have to grow.
But it must be difficult to still keep that energy from the very beginning.
No, it's definitely difficult. It's difficult because so much of it relies on friendship. So much of it relies on, the fact that we're all together all the time. It's like, 4 guys and the same manager on the road. It's like 4 guys fucking, eating, shitting, sleeping, traveling, being right next to each other all the time, constantly. And it gets hard. And there's nights when we go out there when we're fucking tired. We played on our last tour we did 18 gigs straight. you know. And after 10 gigs, you know, in a row and traveling, you know, all day, every day, getting there, playing, traveling all day, playing, you know, the same routine, restaurant, hotel, gig, van, restaurant, hotel, gig, van.
Interviews.
You get, interviews, you know, the whole thing, you get really burnt out. And sometimes, you know I go up there and I don't feel like playing, you know, but I still have to go up there and kick ass, you know, because it's my job. First I do these scales up and down just to get my fingers going, to get those muscles, get the blood inside the muscles. I was taught to warm up like this by Spit Sticks, the drummer from Fear. Taught me how to warm up.
Me, I was born warm.
It's just, you know, we're just having fun. So we're just trying to have a good time. I mean, we're very serious about having fun because that's what it's all about for us. You know, it's getting off on the music. You know, there's nothing like it when I know, just like when I hit the bass, hit a note, and Jack hits the bass drum or whatever, and it's right together, you know, like one. You know, there's nothing like it, and it's just like a really good feeling.
Op 25 juni 1988, een paar maanden na de opname voor de documentaire, overlijdt gitarist Hillel Slovak aan een overdosis heroïne. Drummer Jack Irons is zo aangeslagen door de dood van zijn vriend dat hij uit de band stapt. Het lijkt er even op dat de Peppers uit elkaar gaan. Maar in de zomer van 1989 filmen we ze alweer op de Dam in Amsterdam, bij een optreden op de Uitmarkt.
You just mentioned Hillel. Did his death really change your outlook on life?
Well, of course, like any tragic experience, it's going to make a huge change in the way I live the rest of my life. And, you know, I loved him so much, and I'll always miss him so much, and he'll forever live on as part of me and part of the music that we make, because he was just instrumental in the whole creation of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, as well as the creation of my life. And that's really all I have to say about that.
Do you want to add anything to that?
I mean, the only thing I can say is that I miss him very much, and I love him very much. And like Anthony said, he'll always be an energy in the band, though he might not be an earthly presence anymore. His influence and energy will always live in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And you know, it's more than just someone from the band dying. It's a friend that's gone. It means much more than any one band or any, you know, piece of music or anything like that.
In a twisted irony of fate, he died in part so that perhaps I could go on living, you know, because I learned such an invaluable lesson from his dying that, you know, I didn't have to die. I used to take those kinds of drugs, and I almost died, and my best friend did die from it. So obviously, I'm very anti-heroin, anti-cocaine en anti-narcotics in general.
De nieuwe drummer heet Chad Smith. En de noodzakelijke vernieuwing waar Flea het eerder over had, komt in de persoon van een ex-fan van de band, de 19-jarige John Frusciante.
Kept on going, and some castles made of sand slipped into the sea.
Hier wordt John nog geregisseerd door Anthony, maar de leerling zal zich snel tot meester ontpoppen. Want Frusciante kan niet alleen bijzonder lekker gitaar spelen, zijn hoofd zit ook vol met iets wat de band goed kan gebruiken. Ideeën voor liedjes. En dit is John Frusciante anno 2006. Hij wordt nu beschouwd als het creatieve brein van de band. De man zonder wie de Peppers nooit zo groot zouden zijn geworden. Zoals ook op te maken valt uit dit interview van vorig jaar, waarin de band vertelt over het nummer Danny California, dat een Grammy Award kreeg voor beste rocksong van 2006.
John came in, said, I got this thing that reminds me of like a Wu-Tang riff. And he goes, no, ba, ba. And I go, okay, I got it. And we were off.
And then for the chorus, Chad and I, we always play along. We always play Black Sabbath songs. It's a big thing for us to get together and by Black Sabbath.
I love Black Sabbath.
And so for the chorus, I made up this thing that was a really heavy, slow-paced thing. It's so cool. I really like the way when John came in with that melody for the chorus. The way that it overlaps against the music is really different than...
It's different.
Different than like the way my brain would ever think of something overlapping
or mine.
with a piece of music.
Or Chad's for that matter.
Yeah, it's a real unique thing.
Yeah.
John Frusciante ademt muziek, is muziek. Hij haalt zijn inspiratie nu overal vandaan, uit de hele geschiedenis van de popmuziek. Maar als tiener had hij één grote held, en dat was Jimi Hendrix. In 1990 zoeken we de dan 20-jarige John thuis op in het kader van een tv-special over Jimi Hendrix.
I was looking at your record collection. I was wondering where the Hendrix records are.
A lot of them are over there, but let's see. All these.
All those?
Yeah. I used to be like in 7th grade, I would walk into music stores and just everybody would think I was an amazing guy because I was about this tall and I could play all these Hendrix songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When you hear Jimi Hendrix play, it's a pure expression of him as a person. You see him on stage and there's absolutely no separation between him and his guitar. They're completely one because he's just putting every single bit of everything in his whole psyche and every single part of his body into his guitar playing.
Yeah, hey, how you doing? Little sleepy.
Ongelooflijk, wat wordt dit vanmiddag een gedenkwaardige uitzending. Dat zijn de Red Hot Chili Peppers, die spelen hier zo live.
Tijdens het historische optreden van de band op 14 februari 1990 in de piepkleine VPRO radiostudio te Hilversum is goed te horen hoe Frusciante de Jimi Hendrix invloeden in zijn eigen spel heeft verwerkt.
What's keeping you busy and what are you thinking about?
Gosh, well, we just spent the last week in England, which was really sort of like spending a week on a large biscuit, you know, going from town to town. And also
Biscuit on top of a big ice cube.
Right, it seemed like a very chilly biscuit, really. Well, we came from Japan before that, which blew my mind, just blew the mind right out of my ears. It's like traveling to a different planet.
Really?
You know, you get on that JAL Airlines and it's sort of like getting on a rocket and going to a different planet. And we got there, and it was the first time we ever went to Japan. And that whole place is like one big, well-oiled clock. You know, the people, everybody's all organized. There's no trash in the streets, and it's really an amazing place. And I also met the most divinely beautiful angel of life.
The amazing thing about the Japanese is that...
I was going to give a love spiel.
Oh, I thought you were finished.
No, her name is Carmen Jeanette Hawk, and she's about 5'10", and she's got blonde hair. She's Norwegian. I mean, she's American, but her ancestry is Norwegian, and she's just so gorgeous. And we spent 4 days in bed together. And you know how your whole life you're always saying, when am I going to meet a girl? When there's just a magical, spiritual and sexual spark that happened at the same time that you feel totally comfortable with, and that you just get orgasmic with, and it all flows beautifully and naturally, and you just couldn't be happier, and you feel like God is just like smiling on you and just like waving these beautiful holy winds past your life. That's how I felt when I was in Japan.
In comparison to Anthony, I just found out that my girlfriend tried to fuck my best friend. So last night I broke a $2,000 guitar on stage in a complete fit of anger. That's what would be in my diary.
He shattered the Strat.
That's right. Oh, space, people, a universal law. I said that space, people, a universal law. What shall I do with people do the gossip stop? What shall I do with people do the gossip stop? What shall I do with people do the gossip stop? What shall I do with me? Would you like to tell? Would you like to tell? Would you like to tell?
Bow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Bow wow, wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Bow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay.
In 1990 film ik de Chili Peppers wel 3 keer. Het is een belangrijke tijd voor ze. Een periode waarin de Peppers de overstap zullen maken van cultband naar wereldband.
Hi! This is where the very first Red Hot Chili Peppers show happened. Way back in, I think it was February, or might not have been February, it might have been March, but it was one of those early months in 1983. And we're all living together in this apartment up on Wilton and Franklin, this teeny little apartment. There are 5 of us in there. And we got this show. We had one song that we never rehearsed, and we just played it. We just sang it to each other. It was a song, it's on our first record, it's called Out in L.A. And I just had this part, and I just sang to all the guys. I just went, bum 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 dum dun 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 dun. Wow!
Well, on a bunch of rhythm, living in a cool way. Around 6 million others in this place called L.A.
We played our first show ever right now. It was our first concert. It was about 2.5 minutes long, and it was a smashing success. It was a big smashing success, and right after that, everybody loved us. Record companies wanted us, and people wanted to see us, and it was like a big people were calling us up, like wanting to book us to play shows and stuff. We were like, well, we only have one song, you know, it's 2 minutes long. So here we are in Mount Olympus, which is just sort of a little offshoot of Laurel Canyon. And this is just now where yuppies and wealthy Oriental people live. And John, this is just the place that he's renting until he gets his house that he just bought. So, one thing you can do, oh, the door's open, should we just walk in?
It's up to you.
Hey! Hey, Bill. This is John's roommate, Bill.
Oh, these guys again.
he's reading the paper. Is John sleeping?
Yeah, he wanted this barge up there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's, you can see they haven't taken out the garbage today.
Or yesterday.
And go in here. Here we have Randy.
Hi.
This is Randy. Hi.
Georgia, she's naked.
She's naked. Come on, stop television, show your breasts. Come on. Stop television. VPRO. See you later, Randy.
Thanks for coming.
Wrong room. Oh, here he is.
Nice to meet you.
John Frusciante.
Don't like it.
Can you turn on the light?
So we're going to John's house. That's what's known as a helicopter. When you whirl your weenie around like that, it's called a helicopter.
Wanneer de Peppers in de zomer van 90 laten uitlekken dat ze op zoek zijn naar een nieuwe platenmaatschappij, beginnen 4 grote maatschappijen de band onmiddellijk stevig het hof te maken. Epic, Virgin, Geffen en Warner Brothers.
What kind of figures are we talking about when your band like the Chili Peppers that's sort of still promising and upcoming is going from one record company to another one?
I really don't want to talk about the figures, but we're making a lot of money. Because as far as they can see, we're the next big thing. With us, especially with Anthony and I, it's not sudden, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever popularity and fame that we have right now, which is really not that much in the big scheme of things, but I mean, we're doing pretty well. It's, you know, I mean, it's not like we all of a sudden put out our first record and had a hit single and made $1 million, you know? And we've been working at this thing for a long time, and it's like built, slowly. There's never been a big, you know?
For somebody like John, it's probably a little different, because for him it's been much more sudden.
It's much more sudden for him. I said for Chad's different too, because Chad's been playing in bands since he was a little kid, and this is John's first band he's ever been in. He's just so dedicated to music and so dedicated to his guitar that it's, I think he's dealing with it pretty well, because he doesn't really care about money or anything like, and he just accepts that he's in a popular band. It's just, you know, that's just the way it is. All the girls want to fuck him, everybody wants to be his friend or whatever. But he just, you know, he just sits in his house playing guitar all day, so I don't know.
So how do you cope with all these girls that want to fuck you?
Oh, you know, as David Lee Roth once said, I don't get all the girls I want, I just get all the girls that want me. And you know, I don't really spend much time dealing with it. Lately I just haven't been having sex because I just don't enjoy it. Hopefully this guy will go around you. Yeah. I just stopped enjoying sex at one point, so right now I just concentrate on writing music for the album, and every once in a while I have sex if somebody comes along who I'm attracted to and I really feel it in my loins, which is really rare.
In een oefenruimte in West Hollywood wordt gerepeteerd voor het album waar John het over heeft. Het zal Blood Sugar Sex Magic gaan heten, de cd waarmee de band definitief zal doorbreken.
So what kind of day is this, you guys? Just a regular day?
It's a regular day today. See, we come to this place every day now. It's actually the nicest rehearsal studio we've ever had. We've always had like pooty little places. And we have this place blocked out 24 hours a day, so we can just leave our equipment set up. We only, even though we pay to have it 24 hours a day, there's 20 hours of the day that we don't use it.
We're such lazy slobs.
And the other 4 hours we use it.
Unmotivated pussies.
So where's Anthony?
Hey, watch. Anthony?
Yeah.
I think he's been swallowed up to an abyss of fame and fortune. No, I don't know where it is.
I think he's working on a movie.
Don't tell him.
So what do you do when Anthony's not there? How can you still sort of
I don't know how we do it.
No.
I don't know. We're lost. Because he like tells each one of us exactly what to do.
Yeah. We're just coming up with sounds that we like and arranging them in ways that we like, you know, different sounds and collections of notes that we put together that we like. And he's, you know, being the fountain of genius lyrics is off doing his, whatever he does to inspire him to make lyrics. And we'll come up with a bunch of tracks of music, and he'll have lyrics, and then he'll put the lyrics on the tracks, and then we'll record it and make an album, and then we'll come to Amsterdam.
Voorjaar 1991.
What we do, if we tried our hardest to do something that people considered commercially more acceptable, we wouldn't be able to do it. And if we tried our hardest to live the phony lifestyle of a rock star, we wouldn't be able to do it. It's just, for some reason,
it's a shitty way to go through life thinking you're a rock star, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah? But
those people are fucking empty, man.
Voor het interview over de nieuwe cd Blood Sugar Sex Magic hebben we een bootje en een gitaar geregeld. Het is vlak voor het moment dat één liedje op die cd van de bandleden in één klap de rocksterren zal maken waarvan ze altijd beweerd hebben dat ze die niet willen zijn.
You feel a happy person now. At this point in your life, you feel confident, happy,
Well, I mean, right now I'm happy because I'm out here on the boat and I'm in Amsterdam and it's sunny and I'm hanging out with John and we're having a good trip and we got our dick sucked last night and life is looking pretty good, But that's just right now.
Yeah, I've been living, my life just surrounding myself with nothing but creativity for a long time now, and it's been fantastic. Writing the record, recording the record. Sitting in my house just playing guitar and listening to records and looking at books of paintings and reading whatever I feel like and watching Marx Brothers movies. That's a great life, just letting your creativity do its thing all the time.
I'm happy just to be alive. Well, I'm happy just to be your guy. Yeah, I'm happy. Oh, I'm happy with the bright blue sky. Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy with my face in your pie.
Breaking the Girl. I like that, but then there's two sort of funky mid-tempo songs.
Oh, Funky Monks he doesn't like. Yeah. Good guitar solo in that, though.
Yeah. Well, it's not so relevant, but I think I'll tell you after the interview. But it's more, I was wondering why you insisted to have so many songs on the record, but I guess
I feel so bad that he doesn't like Funky Monks.
We weren't insisting about anything. We just weren't limiting ourselves. We were just going to write as many songs as that came to us, and that's how many songs came to us, and we actually trimmed it down. We ended up recording 25 songs.
Wait a second here.
What?
You don't like the fucking bass line at the end of the song? The outro? Ba-doo-ba-doo, boom, boom, ba-doo, bam, 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 ba-doo, bam, bam, ba-doo, bam, 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 ba-doo, bam, bam. Here's the whole reason we wrote that song that you don't like.
Okay, go ahead.
It started out when Anthony was sitting on my couch, and he was just sitting there strumming on one of my guitars, and I was in the other room, talking to some people or something. And he goes, "Hey, John, check out this rhythm that I made up. It's a cool rhythm, watch." And that's what he did, and I just go, "Yeah, right."
He blew me off.
Sounds great. And then I walked into the other room, and then, but then it stuck in my head, that rhythm, and I realized, whoa, that is a cool rhythm. And then this melody popped into my head, and then I went. You just hate that guitar.
I like it better already now because I know something more about the history of it.
Just gotta check it out. Don't get your mind in that position where you're judging each song for whatever you can get out of it. Just listen to it for what it is, and they're basically, I think, good sounds and good vibes. That was my point I was making before when I was saying, like, we just put our heart into everything, so even if we don't like something, at least it's not offensive, because, you know, we were being true to the loving feelings that we were feeling, you know?
Drive on the street, she's my companion. I walk through the hills, 'cause she knows who I am. She sees my good deeds and she kisses me winded. Well, I never worry, now that is a lie. Well, I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day, or take me to the place I love, take me all the way. Well, I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day, or take me to the place I love.
I was in a sad, lonely mood, and I was driving home from a rehearsal one day while we were, in pre-production for this record, and I just felt like in the face of 10 million people I was all alone, and I couldn't connect with a single soul in the universe, and so the only thing that made me feel better was to sing to myself, and that was the song that came out.
Hold me, I say, yeah, yeah. Love me, oh no, no, yeah, yeah. One time. Under the bridge downtown is where I drew some blood. Under the bridge downtown, I could not get enough. Under the bridge downtown, forgot about my love. Under the bridge downtown, I give my life away.
I like the whole thing.
Yeah, people had came up to me in the street, and they said that they liked that version better than the version on the record. Yeah, I like the song, but I like it better in the boat.
Is that so?
Yeah.
No, where was that?
Yes, on the streets of Amsterdam.
Oh, really?
Hit of shit? Recente clips beoordeeld door verwende vips.
Vanavond te gast in Hit of Shit, zanger Anthony Kiedis en bassist Flea van de Red Hot Chili Peppers. Hun single Under the Bridge doet het momenteel niet onaardig in de Nederlandse hitparade. En 11 februari jongstleden stonden de Chili Peppers voor het eerst in een uitverkochte Ahoy-hall.
Well, I got to give it to your mama. Well, I got to give it to your papa. Well, I got to give it to your doctor. Do a little nothing and you drink a little water. Well, I got to put it in you. Well, I got to put it in you. Well, I got to put it in you. With the feeling don't stop, continue. Realize I don't wanna be a miser. 'Cause I wish trying to be the wiser. You're good, you can love it up for life. I'm a miserable, wanna give it like the Kaiser.
Speciaal voor Flea en Anthony richten we in de catacomben van de Ahoy in Rotterdam een klein studiootje in voor de opname van Hit of Shit.
Are you following what's going on in England these days? What kind of music they're making in England?
No. I
No?
don't give a fuck what they're doing over there. They're probably like getting even like more into that fucking shitty music.
I've got one of those machines in my house that is like a readout, like a news readout.
Yeah.
You've seen those are red.
What do they do? Is it like acid
I'm
Manchester
telling you, what are you
house
doing there?
beat? What is it?
Tuck your head in here.
Go on, go on. It's funny what's going on in England, because it seems that your band is not going down so well there either.
Fuck them. England can fuck off as far as I'm concerned. I don't like it there. The food sucks, the people are boring, and, you know, they'll all come to see us anyway.
We kijken onder andere naar een nieuwe clip van de Smashing Pumpkins.
I like that video. I've seen that video before. I think it's a really beautiful video, and I also like the fact that they did it on an extremely low budget.
Yeah.
And I always like videos better on low budgets because they just make so much more sense to me. The idea of wasting, tens of thousands of dollars like we do on videos, it always bothers me. It just seems like an unnecessary expenditure to meet the end that you're trying to get at. It seems like you could reach that end with half the dough, and I know they did that for a very small fee. And plus, it was beautiful. I love a lot of those shots in there.
Yeah. How much is the video that you made for giving away?
$80,000 or something like that.
But could it have been made for less?
Don't look at Lindy's gun now. It's more than that. Up. How much was it?
It was 100,000.
More? How much?
120.
125?
140 for Give It Away?
That's sick, man.
Gave it away.
2 maanden na het optreden in de Ahoy, midden in een Japanse tournee, stapt John Frusciante opeens uit de band. Zeg maar dat ik gek geworden ben, laat hij de manager van de Peppers weten. De volgende dag heeft hij zijn koffers gepakt en zit hij al op het vliegtuig terug naar L.A. De andere bandleden verbijsterd achterlatend. Hier John en de Peppers nog in betere tijden. John zingt Tiny Dancer, een nummer van Elton John. Na het vertrek van Frusciante breken voor de Peppers moeilijke tijden aan. Er wordt geëxperimenteerd met verschillende gitaristen. En het duurt bijna 4 jaar voor er weer een nieuw album uitkomt, One Hot Minute. Een cd zonder hits en een tamelijk matige opvolger van Blood Sugar Sex Magic. De Peppers lijken behoorlijk richtingloos zonder Frusciante. Van John Frusciante wordt in de media intussen niets meer vernomen. Hij zou een teruggetrokken bestaan leiden ergens in Los Angeles en zou worstelen met een heroïneverslaving. Via een wederzijdse vriend spoor ik hem op in Venice, Californië, in het huis van zijn vriendin Tony.
How have you been?
Good. Slipped into a dimension there.
What?
Slipped into another dimension there. You turned into an interviewer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. It's true. We already said hello, and now I'm saying hello again with the camera rolling and asking you how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah. You've been writing some songs?
Ever since I was 9, when I first started, I was really mad at this guy who was. It was my last time ever playing a sport, baseball. And this guy who I thought was a real jerk, I sat in the outfield and made up a song about how I thought he should die. So I went home and I filled up a tape with 45 minutes worth of songs. And ever since I've been writing songs, lately I've been writing a lot. I write a lot in notebooks, like I go through like a notebook every couple of weeks. And just do writing of all kinds, movie scripts, just stuff off the top of my head, like mathematics, all sorts of things.
Would you mind playing some stuff from that you recently wrote?
Sure. But like when I do shows for this album, I'm gonna do stuff mostly from the age 14 and now. Mm-hmm. So do you mind if I play one from then?
Fine.
Hailing around you has nothing to do with those snakes and flakes they take we give to live. They think they're that, we think they're that.
Talking a little bit about the point when you left the Chili Peppers?
No.
Why did you leave the band?
Because I mean, there's a bunch of reasons. For one thing, like a year before I quit, like they knew I wanted to quit, And me and Flea once took a drive to a park after the first 2 months of touring, the American tour, which I was just miserable on. Like, I broke the band code of not bringing your girlfriend along on tour because I just couldn't do it without her. And I was happy whenever I was on stage and looking at Flea or looking at Chad or looking into my amp and looking at at all the shapes of sound floating around. But I wasn't happy with anything else, so me and Flea took this drive to the park after that tour, and we were sitting there, and he said, is there anything you like about being in the band? And I said, no, there's nothing I like about being in the band at all. And he goes, nothing. And then I said, nothing except for playing with you. I love you, that's why I'm in the band, because I love playing with you. And he was like, oh, well, God, that's no reason to stay in the band if you're not happy, He says that, but then he forgets it, and then like for a year I was doing it, and then they're surprised when I quit, when he knew even back then that I wanted to quit, But it's just that we were so close to each other, and it's just like his marriage or something, If somebody says they want to break up, you don't keep it in your mind all the time when you're with them. So I enjoyed, Flea, but that's about it. I just, is that enough? Do you need me to say more?
I don't know. You think that's enough?
You have any questions to ask me about it? I mean, I could go into specific things and I could insult people, but
no, we don't. I know, unless you feel like doing that.
No, I've done it enough.
Oh, you are not in public though, have you?
No. This is the first bit of press I've done since I quit the band. Turn around in a circle, slam into my arms. When I joined the band, I couldn't believe that they wanted to be this other thing than they were. Like they didn't think, like I thought of them as huge stars, but to them they weren't famous yet, and they hadn't made it yet, and they wanted to be as big as Aerosmith or whatever, and I couldn't, that was a shock, yeah. But it didn't bother me. I was happy as hell. But I hoped that we would stay at the level that we were at in popularity. So the real shock came when I found out that this record that we had been recording, this music that me and Flea had just gone nuts over for, a few months, was actually going to be in record stores, and there would be a bunch of people going and buying it and then putting it on and listening to that music that we made. It had never occurred to me, literally, I'm serious. It had never entered my head. It was never a thought that went through my head that said, people are going to buy this and listen to it. A lot of people all over the world. Like when I first said it, I said all over the country. And then I realized, Jesus, all over the world. And I said it to Flea 5 different ways, and he was going, yeah. And I was just like, give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. What can't tell if I'm a kissing or a
I remember seeing you in Amsterdam once, and you were real lively and up.
Oh, I wasn't happy at all, man.
No?
No, not at all.
Why not?
Because I didn't want to be there doing press at all. I had to leave half 3/4 of the way into it. I didn't want to go, and Flea was like, well, you have to, because normally him and Anthony would have gone, but they made me go with Anthony, and I was just losing my mind. I feel that when you speak about things, you're diarrheaing all over them. You just ruin whatever you're talking about. And I felt like I was diarrheaing all over this art that was really important to me. And I hated being told that I was a rock star. Anthony,
1, 2, 3.
If you close the door, the night could last forever. Let the sun shine out and say hello to never. All the people are laughing and they're having such fun. I wish it could happen to me. But if you close the door, I never have to see the day again. I never have to see the day again. Once more, I never have to see the day again.
If you're a musician, you're either going to become a cool person or you're going to become, like, you're going to become a good nothing. You're going to know how to be nothing and really understand it, or you're going to be a bad nothing and just a piece of shit. And there's not really any in between if you're a rock star, you know, one or the other.
There's this self-destructive thing that happens to people, you know, in this business or something.
Everybody dies. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No?
You know, and that's the way. I don't think death is a big deal. I don't care if I die right now. It doesn't mean I'm self-destructive. I really love life, and I think that's the only way to love life. It starts to separate the boys from the men when you see who's got that inside of them and who doesn't. You know, that's when somebody becomes a good musician and the other person doesn't, is because one is all concerned with the future and the past, you know, and one is just right here, right now, excited, you know, and calm. And sad and doesn't give a fuck. Some people are sad and they're like, oh no, this leads to death. Okay, you want me to say something soulful? Drugs. I'm a junkie and I love shooting up, and that means I'm self-destructive, and you know, is that good enough?
I don't know. Did you feel it was a true statement, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
To a disaster. Nail the strong winds tight to a door. Know the crimes that's sticking through. Unfastened belts on your heart. And I've never been very smart, but I connect you with your shadow.
And so it's not a habit that you would want to stop?
No, even if addiction didn't exist, I'd still do it exactly the way I've done it.
De schokkende beelden die we van John filmen gaan jaren later de hele wereld over. In documentaires over de Chili Peppers en uiteindelijk ook via het internet en YouTube.
Back in L.A., John Frusciante's life had taken a radical turn. After he left the band, a Dutch TV crew making a Chili Peppers documentary discovered John immersed in the dark and dangerous world of heroin.
He was pretty out of his mind, as I have been many times in my own life, so, you know, very easy for me to know that place.
Het ongelooflijke is dan al gebeurd. In 1997 gaat John een afkikkliniek in. Dankzij de hulp van Flea en enkele andere vrienden. Die ervan overtuigd zijn dat John zijn verslaving niet zal overleven als er niet snel iets wordt ondernomen.
You know, it was difficult to be around him in that time. I just thought he was going to die. I mean, I was sure that John was going to die.
Kort nadat hij is afgekikt, vragen de Peppers John weer terug in de band. Als het nieuwe album Californication uitkomt en de band weer op het podium staat, wordt duidelijk waarom.
Danny the girl is singing song to me beneath the marquee.
waiting for. Can you be good to sing a song beneath the marquee of a soul? By the way, I've tried to say I know you. Come before, standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy flowing. By the way, I tried to say I'd be there.
De Peppers zijn met John in de gelederen weer helemaal terug.
Het is nu, als ik even snel spiek, 1 uur. Peppers komen. Ja, 1 uur. Peppers komen rond 9 uur op, dat ik heb gezien, 2:45. Ja, 2:30 gaan dek open. Nou, 2:30 wordt het helemaal een totale gekte. Wat ik wel gewend ben, dan gaat iedereen rennen, die wil maar vooraan staan. Dus altijd, ja, ik ga natuurlijk ook gewoon een plekje bemachtigen. En als ik niet midden vooraan kom, dan ga ik richting John. Altijd standaard. Dus altijd liefst richting John.
En hoe laat was je hier al?
Ik was hier vandaag rond 7:15.
Ik ben 22 en ik ben 17.
17?
Ja.
Het is best een oude band om fan van te zijn als je 17 bent, toch?
Ja, dat zegt, ik vind het heel erg meevallen.
Ja?
En ja, ze gaan natuurlijk al wel lang mee, maar je merkt niet aan de muziek of zo dat ze oud zijn. Ze zien er ook niet oud uit. En ze komen gewoon nog heel enthousiast over, helemaal niet oud of zo. Dus, nee, ik heb helemaal geen problemen mee.
Jij hebt er geen probleem mee? Andere mensen wel?
Niet echt. Mijn ouders bijvoorbeeld, die vinden het wel een beetje raar dat ik fan ben van zulke oude mannen, zeg maar, als het ware.
Zeggen ze dat tegen jou dan?
Ja, maar ik zie dat zelf helemaal niet zo.
Oké.
John is wel mijn favoriet. Ik vind ze allemaal geweldig natuurlijk, maar John is wel in het speciaal. En je ziet ook gewoon aan hem, hij leeft voor muziek en hij weet dat zo goed te brengen. Hij is zo eerlijk in zijn muziek en dat is gewoon zo mooi.
En ja, hij zond zich helemaal van de wereld aan de drugs en dergelijke. En als je nu ziet wat hij nu geworden is, dat hij nog leeft, dat hij daar nog staat en vol met energie, dat is gewoon fantastisch om te zien. Het is gewoon, ja, de tranen schieten eigenlijk in je ogen als je erbij na gaat denken van wauw, dat hij nog leeft. Dat is gewoon fantastisch. Ja. Aan hem te zien is dat hij ervan geniet. Ja. En ja, je ziet het gewoon in zijn ogen, in zijn muziek, alles. En zijn samenwerking gewoon met de Peppers. Ja, het is gewoon, hij geniet ervan.
Backstage in Nijmegen vraag ik John of ik hem mag interviewen. Hij stemt eerst toe, maar bedenkt zich op het laatste moment. Ik zeg dat ik eigenlijk alleen maar wil weten of hij inmiddels een manier heeft gevonden om te gaan met zijn status als rockster. Maar hij is niet te vermurwen. Hij heeft geen zin meer om over persoonlijke zaken te praten.
Still definitely a bunch of friends. It's different. I mean, you know how it is when you have friends when you're a kid. Those same friends, 25 years later, it's going to be different. You go through things, and relationship might be deeper and more powerful, but it's still different. Especially as lives grow and you get your own families, you separate, you develop different interests. It's not like when you're a kid and you live on the same block with somebody and you see them every day at school or whatever. I mean, we see each other every day at work, and our ties are very deep and very strong. But still, we're different people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what makes our band what it is too, is that we're all very different people. If we were clones of each other and we all bought the same thing to the equation, then it wouldn't be a great band,
komen, dan voel je je zo geweldig. En heel de muziek door je lichaam als het ware, zeg maar. Dan ga je gewoon helemaal los. En dat is gewoon het mooiste gevoel wat ik ken. Dus dat wil ik steeds weer opnieuw beleven. Dus daarom probeer ik ook naar zoveel mogelijk concerten te gaan.
Het is gewoon ook als ze live, de concerten, die zijn gewoon, ja, je kan er elke keer naartoe gaan, hoe vaak ook. Het is altijd anders. Het is altijd de energie, alles erin is ja, fantastisch gewoon.
Als je dan in het publiek staat bij zo'n concert, hè, hoop je dan toch stiekem dat ze jou een keer zien of zo?
Ja,
of
inderdaad.
Denken,
Je gaat wel alles doen om hun aandacht te trekken, bijvoorbeeld. Ja, het is echt wel schreeuwen en joelen.
Oogcontact maken. Ik probeer altijd met John zoveel mogelijk oogcontact te maken in de hoop dat hij mij ook ziet.
Ja?
Dus, ja.
En dan?
En dan weet hij toch een beetje misschien dat hij me wel onthoudt, dat hij een klein beetje mij ook kent. Want ik ken hem helemaal en ik volg hem overal en hij kent mij helemaal niet. En dat is natuurlijk best wel een beetje raar.
Ja.
Ja, als je op een gegeven moment naar veel concerten gaat, dan heb je toch een beetje hoop van, nou, misschien herkent hij me wel als ik weer vooraan sta en weer de hele tijd naar hem kijk.
En ja, er was bij een nummer, want we stonden aan Friese kant en bij een van de nummers komt John naar onze kant toe. En hij gaat knielen voor me, echt een paar centimeter. En ik denk van wow, dit is de kans van mijn leven. Ik moet hem gewoon even aandacht trekken. Dus ik tik zijn knie aan, want het podium zat op schouderhoogte, dus niet direct gelijkvloers. Ik tik zijn knie aan en hij kijkt me aan, recht in mijn ogen. En ik denk, wow, echt die blik, dat zal ik nooit meer vergeten. Echt gewoon heel relaxed en heel diep. En hij draait zich naar me toe en gaat verder spelen. En ik dacht van wauw, dit is echt fantastisch. En daarna werd ik ook helemaal gek. Ik was mezelf helemaal kwijt, want ja, dat was echt een prachtig moment was het even. Het is echt het mooiste moment van mijn leven geweest.
Yeah, I mean, we have it pretty good, you know, but still, a tour is a tour. You know, it's like, it's humane, but it's still, it's a tour, it's a tour. Well, I mean, it can be inhumane.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, maybe before this.
No, now.
Still?
Easily.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like when?
Like when you feel like, you know, you don't get to sleep or eat and you just keep grinding and grinding and grinding on the road. It's ridiculous.
But you don't let that happen now, do
We've
you?
let it happen a little bit on this tour, a couple of times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where it was just too much. You know, generally we do pretty good. Like you said, like I make rules and we make rules together, determining like how many shows we'll play in a row and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, either, you know, maybe we get greedy or we agree to do too much or whatever.
Get greedy? You admit to being greedy sometimes?
Oh, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that we're greedy in terms of like, that we exploit the marketplace or charge more. I think our ticket prices are usually lower than most big bands' ticket prices. But in terms of greedy, in terms of like, well, the manager says like, you know, we'll only go for 3 weeks unless we have like a week break, right? And then the manager goes, okay, but if you do 5 weeks here, you know, if it's really good because you're going to promote your single and then you're going to get an extra $1 million or something, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, really? Okay, I'll do it.
Tell me where you wanna go. Well, I'm a meth lab, bus rehab. Take it out off and step inside the running cab.
In the beginning you had a band, and could you say that now the band has you in a way? Is it?
No. No.
Okay.
You mean like in terms of like before we started a band and we did this thing and now it's like this big thing that we're a part of?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's an interesting question. But ultimately, no, because we're free to do whatever we want.
You still are free?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as free as we want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's just kind of on a, you know, a bigger scale.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the core of the thing really is still the same.
Okay.
You know, it's just...
But still you hesitated when I asked you the question. You sort of thought...
Well, I think about it, because sometimes I think, does it own me? Or I think, God, sometimes I think I just want to go home, you know, but I can't go, so does it have me? But, no, it's just, when I think about it, the answer really is, you know... It's just because you make a bigger commitment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, things are bigger and longer.
Mm-hmm.
there's more involved. You make a big commitment, and I can think, well, do I want to quit and let down 50 people who have, been, supposed to work for the next year and a half? You know what I mean? Like,
I understand.
I wouldn't want. It's not just like before. If you really didn't want to go, you could just say fuck it, and you'd only really be fucking over the other 3 guys in the band. But now there's a lot more.
Scar tissue that